Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Nicholas Linereiter, and welcome to the Aquatic Pack. So, I thought I'd start off today by basically ranking in tier list fashion all of the decorations that were added in this pack. I know last time when I ranked the Australian pack, I had a few people in the comment section upset with some of my decisions, and so I'd like to kind of just double down and explain how I personally rank all of my, props for each of these packs. They are based off of versatility and usability. So stuff like the Mecharoo last time I put in F -- tier, simply because it was not very versatile or usable in most situations. Even though the Mecharoo is objectively a good prop, it obviously couldn't be used in most other scenarios. But looking at this pack, I don't think we're going to have that issue at all. I don't think anything is going to get below C tier minimum. So without further ado, let's kind of get started with over here we have the animal panels. So basically we have a flat and a curved version. And these are flexicolor, so that's useful. You can flexicolor the animals like the seals, otters, and penguins, as well as the fish. So this is a solid prop. Again, you can really only use it in your aquatic zoos. So I'm gonna put this in this might be our one of the lowest at C tier, only because it's just not really that versatile. Then we have this light post. So it is dyeable with a lot of options actually. So you can dye the actual post that it's on as well as the metal. And it's vague enough. I'm not sure if I would personally use it, but it's definitely pretty good. This might be like a high C tier. Now we get to all of the statues. So I'm just going to get it out of the way and do all of the statues at once. So as you can see, we have statues for the caiman, the otters. We have a lot of otter statues, the penguins, and the seals. And what I like about these statues versus stuff like the statues found in South America or Australia, these aren't specific to this pack. So these match the existing statues in the game that match the classic themes, such as the hippo, gorilla, etc. They have a copper version and a concrete version, or limestone. And so I think all of these, I don't know if I can place all of them really, but these are all probably going to be in A tier. Just because even though they're, not flexicolor or anything of that nature, I'm just going to do one of each, just for space sake. You get the idea that I'm doing all the otters at once. But all of these statues are going to be in A tier. Simply because, like I said, I think they're pretty good at, displaying what, you want. You wanted a penguin statue, you got it, but it also matches the existing statue pieces that are already in the game. So you're not going to have an issue there. I'm just going to delete these. You get the idea. I got all the statues in one location. So now we get over to the mural pieces. So over here we have the South America mural. I'm personally a fan of murals in general. Obviously, I made my own murals for series like Roger Williams and stuff. I'm not crazy about the South America one. I don't think it accurately really represents what a lot of people would want out of a jungle house. Or like for a monkey exhibit or caiman exhibit. It's fine. It's obviously, okay, but I think this could be a D tier. Specifically this one, because I also want to come over to the Arctic mural over here. I think this one, however, is A tier, because this one is significantly better than the Arctic or the South America. It repeats really nicely. The patterning can be used for polar bears, it can be used for penguins, it can be used for Arctic wolf or caribou. Very versatile. I really like it. Versus this one, which it's a little bit, garish, and I'm not really a fan. So let's get to the actual signs. So all the signs in the game for this update, pretty good, not gonna lie. Not some of my favorite art style in general, but I definitely am not upset with the design of them. So I'm gonna just kind of group them all, and I'm gonna say these are C tier. They're pretty good in general. Obviously, you know, we're probably gonna have to move some of these. Okay, just to represent all the signs, I'm just gonna use the Cayman, and that'll just represent all signs in this ranking. Just because in general, I think they're all pretty good. Obviously, you know, unless you have one of those animals, they're not going to be super useful. But, you know, for signs, they're pretty good. So now we get over to the fox tree pieces. So you have a bunch of root pieces as well as this. This easily is our first S tier. A fake tree is going to be so useful in general, and it's flexi color, which that's massive. The fact that I can literally do this, or make it blue, or make it orange, this is going to be so useful for making fake South American, African, and any literal, like, you know, fake tree that you could possibly need can be made with these pieces, and I think that's amazing. I'm going to be using them for Roger Williams for Faces of the Rainforest guaranteed. I think that's amazing. So now we get over to these. So these are the shop canopy as well as the penguin sculptures. Similar to the paneling, I think these are probably just C tier. I think they're fine. Not my personal favorite. They're obviously really nice art pieces. Like, I really like the design of them, but they're not going to be particularly useful for anything outside of a penguin enclosure. However, as a penguin enclosure, this is really nice looking, and it is flexi color, so that's another really big plus. So I really like them, but you know, if you're going for realism, obviously maybe you couldn't use them. Okay, here we go. Another A tier over here with the curved and straight aquatic fencing. This is literally a standard aquarium fence that everyone loves and uses in aquariums. A lot of people have been fake making them, but now we have it as an official item. I think this is going to be easy A tier. We're looking really good so far, and I haven't even gotten to the good stuff. So we're gonna have a lot of S tiers very soon. Let's start off with easily best S tier, stained wood. The fact we have a flexi-color wood type is phenomenal, and this has been a thing that people have been wanting for the longest time. We had flexi-color corrugated fences and bamboo and you know, temple pieces, but now that we have wood, that is pretty much all we need. The only thing I could maybe even ask for now is, like, if there was just some sort of, like, a rock wall, but, like, I don't even think that's necessary because you can now make it with the other S tier pieces. This new rock type is easily my favorite. It's flexi color, which is phenomenal, and honestly, these pieces are much more useful than even the base game rocks. These look so good. I'm in love with them. You know, look at how good this is. You can literally make it like white with like blue, or you can make it with, let's see, like, let's make it the magma that I always keep talking about. Look at that. Look at how cool. Well, actually, that's very dark for black. I didn't even realize it. But yeah, look at that. That literally looks so good as like something you could put under a fireplace or something. This is easily my absolute favorite item in the game probably now. I'm going to be using all of these so much. All of these are, like, honestly, you know how I had F minus, new thing, this is going to be S++, or like triple S. Because honestly, this is easily the best piece in the game. Like, it's just so useful. It's a new, like, again, a new rock type, but the fact that it's flexi color is just phenomenal. Because everyone can use these rocks in every zoo. Coming over here, another piece I absolutely adore. So these are the, what are they called, actually? Give me a sec. These are planted wooden panels. So these are going to be used for, like, if you're recreating like a jungle roof or something. And I think these are easily A tier. They're really nice looking. I love these things so much. You're gonna be able to use them as fake grass or foliage just to plant around if you don't want to use like stuff like hedges or sink trees into the ground. These are an easy thing. You can just kind of spam everywhere, and then there you go. Now you have like a bunch of jungle foliage. Like, honestly, I can't address how much I love this pack. This is easily the best pack that we've ever got. I don't even understand how people don't love every part of this pack. The sign. So this is the only thing I'm not crazy of. And this has been an issue since the beginning with like all the DLCs. They always make the awning signs and stuff really pack specific. So these are probably going to be for the most part D tier. I might upgrade this one since it's vague enough, the shop facade. This one, because it's just vague and just kind of has the little bit of caustics or whatever, it's not too bad, so I'll upgrade that. But this one obviously is only good if you have an otter or a penguin. Otherwise, it's going to look very weird and out of place. But the others look phenomenal, so don't worry about that. Next up, so we have here we have slate roofs that actually match the slate or like dyeable slate roofs. So this is another, you know, easy. I'm gonna say I'm gonna split this up into two things, because if you notice, there's something here that I really love. So overall, I'm gonna say the painted slate roof, really good, but B tier, because I think most people are just gonna match it with the corrugated fences. But if you look here, this is a feature, and I represented it with just the slate roof. We have quarter pieces for each side. So before, if I was to make a fence type, right, I would do this, and look, it breaks up the patterning, and that's horrible. But now they actually added it so that we can actually make the, you know, quarter pieces without breaking it up. So all pieces that had the kind of broken quarter pieces, so stuff like the wood and bamboo and stuff, all got you know, these fixes so that they actually have seamless textures. So honestly, again, this is an easy S tier. I love this pack. Everything they've done has been for the good of, you know, what, like just the good of the game. Everything that we've wanted is basically in this pack. The lights. So these light posts obviously are kind of, you know, very themed to an aquatic thing, but they are vague enough that I think you can place them in other areas of a zoo or something. So yeah, again, love those lights. I think they're vague enough. You can use them elsewhere. Next up, we have these roofs. So I'm not a fan of the roofs on their own. They're kind of similar to the Arctic roofs that we already had, but unlike the Arctic ones, these ones are flexi-color. So once again, easily just at least an A tier, just because the fact that most stuff in this pack is flexi-color just makes this pack the best it possibly can. Like honestly, if something like the mural was also flexi-color, I would lose my shit. This would be the most amazing pack possible. Just because I think like if they just made it so that I could dye the mountains or something, honestly, this is just great. Look, and just if we weren't treated enough, we have new waterfalls that are placeable. Look at how amazing this is. And you can stack them. Oh my god. Look, you ever wanted a super tall waterfall? Look at this. Obviously it, like, you know, kind of seamlessly, or doesn't seamlessly look great. But the fact that you can just place down a waterfall and then decorate it with rocks, honestly, again, this is another S tier. Everything in this pack is just so good. Again, I don't think, like, I can pretty much definitively remove F tier and stuff immediately, just because I think everything in this pack is great. So now we get to the plant life. So, as people know, I am not a botanist, so I'm not the best with plants. But for the most part, weeping willows. I know what weeping willows are. I think all of these are really good looking. People have been kind of wanted them for a bit. People kind of recreated them and stuff. So I'm going to say these are a B tier. People really love them. It's another big tree, which I think people always appreciate. And what's funny is, like, that's kind of the only big tree in this pack, other than, I guess we could do this, the lipstick palm. I think it's a pretty good plant. I'm not really sure if it's, you know, going to be super useful for most zoos, but I think it's kind of nice looking, so I'm going to put it in C tier. But I think overall it's a pretty nice plant. We also have this giant rhubarb plant, which it's kind of funny because, like, it's very lush, and so I think if you wanted to fill out a jungle or something, you're really gonna get a lot of mileage out of this. So rhubarb, I'm gonna say probably a B tier. Now coming up, so the hydrangea plant. So hydrangeas, not flexi color, I don't think. No, so it kind of looks just like a lot of similar bushes that we have in the game. But if you want purple plants or something. So this might be like a D tier. It's not the best, but over here, the underwater hydrilla plant, as well as over here we have eelgrass. I think these are going to easily be S tier. People have been wanting more like kind of grass types, and these are specifically going to be used for aquatic grass types. So I think these are easily S tier. I absolutely adore them. And yeah, so this one, so this is the Titan Arum. So this is the thing that they've been really pitching. It's cool looking. I'm not sure how versatile it is though. Like I think it'll be cool to just kind of sprinkle into some jungle environments, but I feel like a lot of people were like hyping this thing up. I think it's just fine personally. So I'm gonna put it in D tier. I'm not personally crazy about it. The ponytail palms. So I think all of these are nice. I'm not crazy about the base of them. I think it is a little bit, it almost looks fake, which is funny because it's an actual plant. But I think it's at least a C tier. I think it's not a bad plant by any means. Over here we have a new lily pad type. So this is the blue lotus plant. Probably not the best naming because it's just a lotus on a lily pad. But I am going to put that in A tier. People love lily pads, obviously. And then the banana plant. I really love this plant. I think this is probably a B tier as well. And then this plant, I don't know why. I don't even know what this plant really is. It's a Virginian creeper, or Virginia creeper. And it's a cool looking plant. And so I really see this as like, as a Game of Thrones fan, it kind of looks like the leaves of like a werewood tree. And I definitely think you could probably make a fake tree for like autumn or something using like the red leaves. So honestly, like, this is just personal opinion. I don't think most people would agree. Objectively, I should probably put it in like C or D tier. I'm probably gonna put it in B tier though, because I really love this leaf type. And yeah, so that's pretty much all the plants taken care of to my knowledge. Oh, except for this one, the hydrokin. This is another one. It's just kind of a vague plant. Probably C tier. It's just kind of middle of the road. It's nothing spectacular, but, you know, nothing great either. Now for pathing. So, we have a few new path types. We have 2 Q paths and 2 normal paths. So, right off the bat, we have a new nature path with basically the Australia wooden pieces as the curb. So, I'm going to probably put that one in... that one's a toughie. Maybe... I'm going to say maybe B tier. I like it. It's just not my personal favorite railing. It's better than some of them that you got with the nature path. Like, I think it's better than like this one, the logs. But it's still probably not my favorite. I still like null barriers, obviously. That would have been ideal, but I understand why we need a curve. And then finally, the caustics. I love this path. It's really pretty, and I think honestly it has more versatility for underwater environments than people give it credit for, because you could literally, if you use a trick that Palsy had, like literally sink the or fake the water and then put these underneath, and then you have caustics in your tank. So yeah, I think this could be really useful for a lot of the aquatic builds that people are going to be making. The Q-Pats, I'm just going to kind of abstain from voting on these just because, well, you know, it's 2 wood types. You get a boardwalk wood as well as, like, I guess this is what they consider the default wood color for the set. I'm not crazy about the default color being purple, but I'm just going to kind of abstain from doing those. And then just in the interest of, you know, rounding out this tier list, because like I said, I love this pack so much. Look at this. Like, honestly, the fact that I have everything higher than D tier and D tier only having 4 items to boot, honestly, like, it really shows. And look at how much S tier and A tier there is and B tier. It's really good. And then obviously in triple S tier is literally all of the rocks, but there's not there's one more thing that I want to add to triple S tier, and you can kind of see it here. All of the new letterings that we got. So I didn't even include these in the basic thing because I believe these are part of the free update, but literally look at this. Microscopic new text, and they actually, so literally this is gonna, like, you know, obviously help a ton. This is so nice looking. And then we have a new Boogaloo text, as well as, so this is Noto. Look at how great these are. Just the fact that we have different shapes, different colors, different fonts. This is all amazing. I am in love with this pack in every way imaginable. You have no idea. This gives us everything that we've ever wanted, pretty much. So, yeah, honestly, just to grade stuff, because I'm not going to place them down, really. Basically, the benches and stuff for this pack, kind of middle of the road, so they're probably like a B tier as well. I haven't seen, what else is there? Let me just go to filters, content, aquatic pack, or that's Arctic, aquatic pack. The picnic canopy, kind of cool looking, actually. I think if you're going for an aquarium aesthetic, it's very cool looking. So, you know what? This is probably like a A tier. I really like that. For an aquarium, I'll say that. But yeah, I mean, that pretty much rounds out the pack. So honestly, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to have more videos today. I will be streaming at 1 o'clock on twitch.tv /Nicholas_LionRider. And we're going to be doing a deep dive on this pack and probably building some cool stuff. So you can check it out there. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.